Have you ever noticed how almost every morning feels the same? Your alarm goes off, you hit snooze, you rush out the door, and whether you're in school, at a job, or somewhere in between, you always end up in the same place, doing something you don't love, for a paycheck that disappears instantly while dreaming of a life you don't have. That's the rat race, a system designed long before you were born, a system built to keep most people running, but never reaching freedom. And here's the crazy part. School prepared you for that system, but it never taught you how to escape it. Today, we're breaking the entire thing down, not with boring lectures, not with generic work hard advice, but with the real truth, the truth people wish they knew at 18, 25, even 40, the truth the world hides in plain sight. Welcome to the video school should have taught you. Let's go back to a moment you probably remember. The first time you got a paycheck. You worked 2 weeks straight. You were excited. You were ready to finally feel rich. Then you opened that envelope or checked that app, and reality slapped you. Taxes, deductions, insurance, more taxes. And somehow, the number left over felt like a joke. You didn't know it then, but that moment was your first introduction to a quiet truth. School prepared you to be an employee, not to understand money. You learned algebra, mitochondria, Shakespeare metaphors. But no one explained the thing you'd spend your entire adult life chasing. Income, expenses, taxes, debt, assets, investing, cash flow, passive income, nothing. Instead, you were given one formula: study hard, get good grades, go to college, get a job, retire at 65. Here's the twist. That formula wasn't designed for your freedom. It was designed to train workers. Think about this. Why does school teach you to raise your hand before speaking? Why do you ask permission to use the bathroom? Why do classes run on strict schedules with bells? Because school was modeled after factories during the Industrial Revolution. It taught people to be obedient, organized, compliant, and replaceable. But the world changed. Factories became automation. Jobs moved online. AI arrived. And the richest people today don't work like factory workers at all. They use a completely different set of rules. Rules school never mentioned. And that's why millions of people today feel something is wrong. They sense it. They just can't explain it. So let's explain it. Imagine two people leaving school on the same day. Same age, same grades, same city. One ends up wealthy. The other ends up stuck in the rat race. How? They didn't learn the same things after school, because the real world runs on 5 skills school never taught. How money actually works, how to use money instead of trading time for it, how to build assets that grow while you sleep, how to leverage technology plus skills, how to escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap. Let's break it down, but not in a boring way. Let me show you how these ideas actually change lives. No one told you this, but money has 3 forms. 1. Earned income. This is your job. You trade hours for dollars. Most people get stuck here forever. 2. Active income side hustles. Freelancing. High income skills. You choose the hours and the price. 3. Passive income money that grows without you working. While school focused on only one of these, earned income, the wealthy focus on building all 3, especially the last one. But here's the part school really failed to teach. The goal is not to make more money. The goal is to buy back your time, because when you control your time, you control your life. Let me paint you a picture. You get a job, then you get an apartment, then you get a car, then the car payment, then a little credit card debt, then you want nicer clothes, better food, a better phone, then maybe a vacation, then more debt. Suddenly your paycheck is gone before the month even ends. This is not an accident. This is how the system keeps people trapped. You're so focused on surviving, you never have time to build. You become what I call a high-level hamster. You run faster, you work harder, you grind more, and you stay in the same spot. Why? Because school didn't teach you the #1 rule of escaping the rat race. You cannot save your way out. You must earn your way out and then invest the difference. Let's talk about that difference. Every financially free person builds their life around one triangle, but they had to learn it outside of school. Step 1, build a high-income skill, active income. Not a job, a skill. Editing, AI automation, copywriting, trading, design, coding, sales, voiceovers, YouTube. Anything that pays $30, $50, even $100 per hour. School teaches general knowledge. The world rewards valuable skill, stocks, online businesses, digital products, real estate, licensing, royalties, YouTube channels, dividend investments. Dividend. Money that comes in every month forever. When your assets pay your bills, you are out of the rat race. Permanently. This is the formula school should have taught. But since they didn't, most people never learn it. You will. This part might shock you. Schools do not teach wealth because broke people create workers. Rich people create competition. If you learn how to escape, you won't depend on employers. You won't sit in traffic for 45 minutes every morning. You won't fill out HR forms. You won't clock in and clock out. You won't rely on them. And systems don't want independent people. They want predictable people. So school gives you information, but it never gives you financial transformation. And that brings us to the breaking point. Every wealthy person has a snap moment, a moment where they realize, wait, if I keep doing what everyone else is doing, I'm going to end up like everyone else. It might be seeing your parents struggle, watching coworkers burn out, getting fired unexpectedly, being broke again on payday, feeling stuck in a life you didn't choose, or simply wanting more. Whatever your moment is, it leads you here, the decision to exit the rat race. And this is where your transformation begins. Here's what school never understood. Skills create money faster than jobs create raises. In school, you spent years learning things you never used. But in the real world, you can learn a high-income skill in 30 to 90 days. Let me say that again. What school took 12 years to avoid teaching, you can learn in 12 weeks. That's the hack. You don't need a degree. You need ability. And the internet is the greatest skill-building engine in history. You can learn anything, for free, anytime, anywhere. This is why people today are escaping the rat race at 19, 21, 25, 30. Not because the world got easier, but because information became available. School gave you textbooks. The internet gives you tools. Here's the part that flips everything. You don't escape the rat race by working harder. You escape by working smarter, at the right things in the right order. Once you see the system, you can't unsee it. You realize most people are not failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they were trained for the wrong game. School prepared you for tests. Life is about cash flow. School taught memorization. Life is about leverage. School taught obedience. Life rewards creativity, risk, and value. You aren't behind, you were simply miseducated. And now, you're correcting it. Picture yourself 1 year from now. You have a skill that pays you more per hour than your job. You have money coming in from assets. You feel calm instead of stressed. You control your time instead of someone else controlling it. And the rat race that once felt normal now feels ridiculous. You escaped. You did what millions think about but never try. Not because you're luckier, not because you're smarter, but because you learned the truth school never taught. You learned how to use money instead of letting money use you. Remember this ending line, because it's your new life philosophy. School teaches you to make a living. Financial education teaches you to build a life. And the moment you choose the second one, your escape has already begun.